I don't know if they want me to have camera on or not.
I'm not sure. One other person has a camera on. You can probably turn it off.
Welcome, everybody. We're just waiting for everybody to join. We'll probably start around like 2:05.
How's it going?
Good. Who am I speaking to?
Steve Wright with Bountiful Cow Cheese Company in Santa Fe.
Great.
Good.
Yeah, we're going to have everybody mute and everything once we get started. But for now, I don't mind having a little chit chat.
Yeah, might as well. Got nothing else to do. So you guys up in New York?
Yeah.
Actually, the studios in.
Oh yeah, we're in New Jersey today. Sometimes I forget which state I'm in.
Yeah. So you got the sample box, all good?
Can't like hardly hear them.
Turn it on. Do you guys have your mic on?
Sorry, I intentionally turned off our mics while we're getting started.
No, that's no problem.
Hear me now, right?
I can. We had our speakers down too low. That's why I was asking.
Gotcha. Can you hear Raquel? Do you want to speak right now?
Yes. You receive your sample box with the bully bully?
Yep. Oh, you just leave it muted for now. Or Susan might kind of start.
Cool.
That's for Ben to talk about.
All right, I'm just going to pop these mics off for another minute or two until we get started.
I was going to ask one question.
Oh yeah, go for it.
The dock workers strike. Are we a little worried about that? Do we need to be a little bit if it goes on too long?
Going on? I'm kidding. Yeah, we know about it.
Well, yeah, I know you do. I mean, you're at ground zero, so
pretty much.
I'm a little worried about it if it goes on too long.
Yeah, I think we all are, but right now we're just taking it a day at a time. We've known about it for a while at this point, and we have lots of contingencies. We're standing right now in a very full warehouse, so we're going to take it one day at a time, and we're just going to keep the messaging going out as things go, and sort of move to whatever contingencies. But at the moment, yeah, it's out of that part of it is out of our hands, and the part that's in our hands we feel pretty good about. So.
All right. And who are you guys, or will you introduce yourself here in a minute?
Yes, we will.
I'm not going to, but no.
I'm Raquel.
I'm Mike.
All right. I'm Steve.
We're just going to give it about 5 more minutes and then we'll get started. We see people starting to join, so that's great. Cool, I'm good. For everyone joining, we're just waiting a couple more minutes before we get started. So we just want to make sure that everybody has a chance to join in case they're busy, because we all know that everybody has a lot to do. So we'll just wait a couple more minutes and we'll get started. You ready?
Yeah.
Hi guys, we're gonna get started here. First of all, I'm Mike.
And I'm Raquel from
Obviously,
Forever Cheese.
Forever Cheese. We're gonna talk about lots of things today. The first thing I want to go through a quick list of a couple of housekeeping things. I'm going to ask everybody who's on the call today to please turn off your camera and also mute the audio on your computer. Just make sure your microphone is muted. There's a lot of you here, so we just want to sort of manage this, and it's easier if we just sort of have everybody turned off. And there will be an opportunity for questions. We're leaving 10 minutes at the end for questions. So what I would ask is that everybody, as questions arise, and hopefully there's going to be lots of them, but as those questions arise, please pop them into the chat. Our wonderful executive producer, Bella, is here behind the scenes. I just gave her that title.
Yes.
She's here behind the scenes. She's going to be fielding those questions, looking as questions come in through the chat. As anything comes up, just pop it in there. And in those 10 minutes, we're going to answer as many of those as we possibly can. If we don't get to you, we're still going to keep track of the questions that you've asked, and we'll go ahead and follow up with those afterwards. So a quick agenda for today. We're just going to talk for about 5 minutes regarding, well,
Yes.
what we're here for and Forever Cheese. We'll do a quick little introduction. And then we're going to go through all of these wonderful cheeses, the reason for the season, the reason that we're here today, in our new Woolly Woolly line. So
welcome to our studio. We are here in our studio in New Jersey, and we are so excited that you joined the webinar. Do you want to learn about the new line of products that we have? And first, we're going to talk a little bit about Forever Cheese is. So, Mike.
Yeah, so Forever Cheese, I'm sure a lot of you who are here are already familiar with the company, which is why you're here today. But just a quick little background on us. We were founded in 1998. Michelle Buster and Pierluigi Cini of Cini Fulvi. They founded the company in 98, so we celebrated our 25 years last year. We're based in New York. As Raquel pointed out, we are in our warehouse in New Jersey in our wonderful new studio. So this is our very first webinar, so bear with us as we go through all of this. But yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about where we get our products from?
Yeah, we bring products. We are specialty foods importer. We bring products from Italy, from Spain, from Portugal, Croatia, and recently Switzerland.
Yep, so brands that a lot of folks are going to be familiar with Forever Cheese are Drunken Goat.
Yeah, classic Drunken Goat.
Everybody knows Drunken Goat.
Fulvi Pecorino Romano,
Yep,
our
Cini
flagship
Fulvi.
Pecorino Romano from Lazio.
And then, of course, the Mitica brand, which, as you can see behind us, we have a lot of our Mitica products. So a lot of times when I'm like, hey, do you know Forever Cheese? Sometimes if they don't know Forever Cheese, they know about the Mitica brand. So
yeah, we bring, of course, cheese, and we do charcuterie, we do dry goods. So we have like a whole line of crackers from Italy. We bring like nuts from Spain. So we have a whole products besides cheese.
So Raquel, do you want to tell us a little bit about the new line of Woolly Woolly semi-firm cheeses from Spain?
Yes, let's start. So you probably received the sample box at home. So you have the products. So we're going to go over each one. We're going to talk about each of the cheese. We're going to give like a little flavor profile. So what I recommend you is that when we talk about the cheese, is that you taste it, right? So you want to see like the taste, and you can also give like some what you're gonna pair that. So we're gonna give you some recommendations. The first one, so Bully Bully is a new line of semi-firm sheep's milk cheeses that we bring from Castilla La Mancha. Castilla La Mancha is very famous for manchego. I think in the US, manchego is kind of like the most Spanish famous cheese. Everyone knows manchego, but this is a new line that is not manchego, but it's from the same region, from Castilla-La Mancha. It's a different breed, but it's still really good quality. The company, the cheesemaker, follows like the standards of good quality and tradition, because that's what you want to point, like a really good tradition, good flavor. But what they did is they bring like the classics, the 3 months, the 8 months, that no flavors. And then we have a whole line of marble cheese. As you can see, like the colors, we have like different flavors. And also this is innovation, it's new things, like unique products that we want to bring from Spain.
Yeah, and I think we also wanted to build a line that was sort of market conscious. We understand that manchego can get very expensive. These are all held up to a really similar quality standard, but because they're made from the Lacon sheep, the French breed, as opposed to manchega, you know, we can bring the price to a reasonable place. And also, as Raquel was pointing out, there's a lot of innovation here. But again, in terms of quality, in terms of being artisanal cheese, there's no mold inhibitors here. There's no preservatives. So these are really, like, the quality of the cheese itself is held to a high standard.
Yes, they're all going to be 100% sheep's milk. All the line are pasteurized except one that is going to be raw milk that we're going to talk about. But all the formats, we're going to have wheels and fixed weight wedges. You want to talk a little bit about the formats?
Yeah. So as you can see, we have a lot of different formats here. You can see a couple of these are going to be those full wheels, as Raquel was saying. A couple of these are going to come just in the half wheel, and that's actually very intentional because we want to be able to show off the marbling of these flavored cheeses. A lot of people ask if the flavor is added during the cheese making process. It's not. They make the cheese, and then our finishers actually go in and inject these flavors in there. So we've got the half wheels, we've got full wheels, and we've got fixed weight wedges. We're going to talk on each one which formats are available. So one last thing, just another sort of a housekeeping thing, and something that's going to be really important. These are in stock now, so you can talk to your rep.
Yes.
You can order these right away. A deal that we want to offer to everybody that's on the call today is that if you order these cheeses between now and the end of October, anybody on the call today, we're going to do 25% off on these cheeses. So this is a limited deal. It's just for everybody who's doing the webinar. We are offering 10% off all of these cheeses until the end of the year, so December 31st. But if you're on the call and you place that order between now and October 31st, you're going to get 25% off.
This is a great deal. As I mentioned before, the products, they have really good pricing, really good quality. So you already have a cheese that is more value conscious than the manchego. So you have like really good cheese with good pricing, and adding the 10% or 25% will be really good price.
Yeah, and just to be clear too, that's going to be on that first order between now and the end of October. After that, it'll go to the 10%. But I still think, you know, why not load up?
Yeah.
So why don't we jump into the cheese?
Yeah, let's start. Let's start. So we're gonna start with the younger one. So all the cheese here, the whole line is age minimum 5 months, except the classic, the 3 months. This one here is 3 months. So this would be the youngest of all of them. Again, it's going to be pasteurized. You have it in a whole wheel. You have it also in a wedge. Okay. And this one will be it's perfect because it's going to have creaminess. It's going to be mild. It's going to have like a little tanginess. So I recommend the cheese to eat it by itself, but also you can melt it. You can put also our Mythical Membrillo, the Queen Space that we bring from Valencia. You can have like a nice jamon serrano with membrillo. Also the classic Marcona almond. So this goes really well. So you can make like a sandwich, you can melt it. It melts really well. So all this line, maybe like except the more aged ones, but they melt, they're meltable. So they're really, you know, you can make like a lot of recipes with the cheese. So this one I would pair with a nice fruity white wine. You can do like a verdejo, you can do like a rosé, like a nice rosé, green tea. So this would be like the first one to start, the 3 months. So you have it in like the wheel. And yes, and then the second one, we're gonna go to the older brother. That's gonna be the 8 months bully bully. This is no flavor. Again, this is gonna be the younger and more age. You wanna talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So the 8-month, obviously, if we're looking at the younger one as a young Manchego alternative, this is going to be that mid-range Manchego alternative, looking at like a 6-month or somewhere in that range. So it's a little more aged. You can kind of see, in fact, I'll switch over to this camera here. You can kind of see it's just got a little more age on it. And it's just going to be a little more firm, not as much a melting cheese as much as the other ones are going to be. But again, it's got that lovely, the paint, it's got the, the diagonal lines that you see on a normal Manchego zigzag pattern. So this, we would say pairing this, with a little bit, those like sort of more robust flavors. So we're looking at maybe like a blackberry rosemary jam. Iberico hams are always a great option.
Yeah, Iberico, the whole Iberico, cured Ibericos will go really well, or jamón serrano, membrillo, marconas. Again, like the same that we use like for this one would go really well.
It's still like it's still sort of a milky cheese. So you want to go with maybe like a light beer, nothing that's too overpowering. Maybe sort of like a younger wine would be another great option.
Yeah, like a nice fruity red. Right?
Yeah. So you want to tell us, so moving from the basics, the sort of, the simple, base cheese in here, let's move into some flavored cheese.
Something
I forgot
new.
that it was over here. I moved.
Yes. So we have this one. Again, this is the only one in the whole line that is raw milk. It's covered. So this one is not marble. It's just on the rind. And it's going to have, the ingredients are also from Spain, from Castilla La Mancha. It's rosemary honey, and it's covered with rosemary. So this one, as you can see, is very pretty. It will have like those herbal and sweet taste, and it's intense because it's raw milk. It's going to be also minimum 5 months. So this one, you can use it, like you can eat it like that, but also on a pizza, it's going to go really well. It goes gonna like on a pasta.
Mm-hmm.
You can do like so many recipes. You can also have it on a dessert, for example.
Yeah, honey oregano. I don't even know if we said honey oregano, but and you did a little background. You looked into the actual honey and the oregano, right, Raquel?
Yes. Those are also products from Castilla La Mancha.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole company are trying to get the products from the region. We're gonna go of the other flavors. So they are also Castilla La Mancha products. The oregano is from Spain, the honey, and it's kind of like very unique. You can have this one with a nice fruity. You can have, like, as I said, with so many recipes. It's different. It's very unique, and it's going to have that intensity of the raw milk and the herbal and toast. So.
Yeah, so again, that's the only one out of the line that we decided not to do that infusing of the flavors again. But it is going to have that lovely, it's going to just have a little bit different flavor due to the raw milk. So we're going to move from these big full wheels into these half wheels that you see in the middle here. So we're going to talk a little bit about each of these marbled cheeses. We'll start with the jalapeno. By the way, I don't know if we mentioned this, but as you're going along, if you could just go ahead and be tasting these with us.
Please.
So if you haven't already, taste the three that we talked about, but we're going to move right over to the jalapeno. This is it
will have a kick. This one is going to have like a little spiciness without being too overpowering. So it's going to be like a nice balance. And also tell us about it, like a little bit. What do you think about the cheese?
I mean, like, this is really like one of my favorite out of the bunch. I find that the flavors, it's really balanced. One nice thing about it is it's not just jalapeno. It's sort of almost like a jalapeno cream that's in there. So you've got this sort of mustard, and there's a little bit of horseradish, and there's a little bit of olive oil, and that's all been sort of mixed together to create this paste that's you can see infused. Here, I'll switch over to the other camera. You can see that infused through the whole through the half wheel here. So obviously this is going to go great. You can throw this in a quesadilla. It melts really well.
It's going to melt.
You can have this with a margarita.
Mm-hmm.
You like margaritas?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do too. You can have it with terali. You could have it with sort of like an herbal honey, like a wild lavender honey.
Tocchetti, our flatbread Sardinian crackers. I call them the Italian nachos. They go really well, and you can dip, or you can also use it on the jalapeno.
Yeah, one thing too, though. I mean, so Raquel, I'm here. Spoiler: Raquel's actually from Spain, and always likes to point out we're not going for those really hot flavors. We're not going for necessarily the spiciness. We're going more for the actual flavor of the ingredients. So
Yeah.
it does have a little bit of a kick, but it's not
Yeah,
overwhelming.
I call it the mild spicy.
Yeah.
So something that is going to have a kick, but not over spicy.
Which is a good transition to our next cheese over here, which is also, it's called Diablo. So it kind of sounds like, is that very spicy, Raquel, or what would you say
I
about
think the
Diablo?
name seems very sounds very spicy, but it's actually I feel like jalapeno will be like different and exotic, kind of like unique, because this is like something like the company is doing as a new flavor. And then we have the Diablo. The Diablo is with mojo picon. Mojo picon is the Canary sauce. Like they use, the ingredients are pepper, garlic, and oil. And those the island make like these recipes with mojo picon. So I think this one is honestly one of my favorites because it has that pepper, the little spicy, but not too much, like a nice balance. Also, you can melt these ones. I like this one, for example, with eggs, with the scrambled eggs. You can use like make like a nice sandwich. You can make like a pasta, so it's gonna melt really well. And it has like a nice,
Quesadilla?
yeah. Also, also, I don't know, but I'm a big fan of avocado. I don't know if you like avocados, but these on a toast, on avocado toast, will go really well. And also you can have that with a nice Ibericos with chorizo. You can have that with like lomo, like different.
Or like sort of like an amber ale. It's big enough of a flavor that it's going to go up against a little bit more robust, drinks and other flavors like that.
And like a fruity red would go really well. So yeah, you have like, so taste it, see if you feel like it's too spicy, that maybe it's, that you were expecting a little bit more. So see how you feel. But I think this is like definitely one of my favorites because of the mojo picon and the kick.
Yeah.
So next one, let's go to a
So we're going to go to a classic
truffle.
A flavor that, frankly, at these days kind of sells itself. This is our black truffle infused, woolly, semi-firm sheep smoked cheese. So we think this is going to be a huge seller. I mean, it's just like, it's the flavor that people are going for. We love it. I think, well, one thing that, I want to really like stress about each of these cheeses is, yes, these are flavored cheeses. These are infused with all these really cool ingredients, or, they have these things added to them. But something that's really important to us, and this is true for all of our cheeses, we really want the cheese to shine through. I mean, it seems kind of obvious, but I find that when I eat these cheeses, they're just a really nice balance. You get the milkiness, you can taste that, sheep's milk, you can taste the way that the cheese has been made. And while those flavors are going to shine through, it's not going to overpower it. And I think that this is something that happens sometimes with a truffle cheese. The truffle can just dominate. Any sort of truffle flavor, truffle can dominate. And I think that we found a really nice balance with this one. So again, I mean, this seems like kind of a no-brainer for me. This is a cheese I think that we think is going to be super successful.
Yeah,
so
that umami flavor, and you can also, as I mentioned before, you can melt it. I like truffle cheese with my scrambled eggs in the morning, or you can have it like with different recipes or by itself.
Yeah, any sort of big flavors, any sort of, like a chili jam, or, like a, sort of like a dry wine, anything that you would pair truffle with is going to be good with this one. So as an alternative for, you're saying, well, truffle, big, savory, umami flavor, but you're looking for something different, right? You're looking for a flavor that's going to be a little bit, further afield, something that, is a little different. You want to talk a little bit about the black garlic?
Yes, the black garlic is here. And actually, this is like, when people taste this one, and you can taste it now, you're going to feel that it has like that caramelized sweetness, kind of like raisin, balsamic. And they use black garlic also from Castilla La Mancha. So it's black garlic from the region as well. So as I said before, they try to have the products from the same region. Castilla La Mancha, it's about 160 miles from Madrid. And it's a really good region for the milk, and it has a lot of gastronomy products. So, and I think this one, I really like this one with a nice dark beer or like a rosé. You can also melt it. You can
Again,
have it.
cured meats are going to be really good with
Yes.
this one. You know, one nice thing about it, we were talking about this, like with garlic, you start thinking like, oh, it's super pungent, you know, it's going to be really stinky. Because of the way that the black garlic is cured, it's sort of it's not exactly fermentation, but it's an enzymatic process that they cure the garlic. It really brings out the sugars. If you're familiar with the Maillard effect that happens when you're, you know, cooking
Exactly.
a steak, it's that sort of sweet caramelization.
Caramelized, yes. It's not going to be like too like garlicky,
Yes.
like, oh my God, it's going to, you know.
But it's going to have still those really rich
Yes.
umami.
So I think
flavors.
this one, I'm very excited. I think we all have favorites, but I think like I like all of them. They're very different, very unique, classic. But this one, it's like one of my favorites.
Yeah. So great. I mean, we covered all the cheeses, and I think we still have some time to be able to go through some questions. So if anybody, I'm looking over at Bella here. Do we have any questions? Well, please pop those in, but also as you're popping in your questions, please also, if you could go ahead and pop in, you know, out of the cheeses, since you all hopefully were able to taste these, please pop in your favorite. That would be great. And I'm told by Bella, the questions have started coming in. So
Yeah,
I'm ready.
tell us the one you like, the one you're more excited, the one that you were like surprised, that you were expecting like to be more spicy, or like what is the flavor? Tell us like a little bit, the feedback. That's really helpful.
So Bella, you got a question for us?
The black garlic flavor seems so interesting. What Minica Tirali would pair best with that flavor?
What a fun question.
Yeah.
What would you put with the black garlic? I mean, listen, I mean, classic Tirali,
I would
because
do
it's such a
classic.
big flavor, I think it
Mhm.
would be really good. I think even pepperoncino would hold up with the black garlic. You've got,
Pepperoncino is the
Yeah.
spicy one. It has a kick.
because again, we're talking about kind of like a big flavors going against big flavors, the pepperoncino. And then again, I'm always a big fan of the fennel Tirali, because those are just, you know, that's a classic sort of Italian flavor with the fennel. So I think I would want to try that, but I'll throw that one out there as an experimental option.
Good
Next one.
question.
Yeah, good question.
This one's a statement.
Okay.
Love the labels.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you so much.
Let's zoom in on that. Let's just look at the label for a second.
Yeah, they
They
really
did a really good job. And we want to definitely thank our marketing team as well. They're the unsung heroes here who are working behind the scenes to just really, you know, make miracles happen. So they collaborate with our designers, and everybody works together. And you know, we've been really happy with this line and some of the lines that have come out recently, with the incredible branding work, because we know also on your shelves, for those of you out here who are, you know, you're a retailer, or even if you're a distributor, you want to be able to have those things really pop on the shelf. And that was really important for us. You can kind of see, I mean, I think that got to get it in frame. You really want to, you know, you can really see how these are going to pop on the shelf. All right, I'm ready for the next question.
Yeah, and
Like case packs.
so these ones are 12. The wedges are fixed weight, 12 in a case.
Yep.
5.3 ounces, I believe.
Yeah, 5.3.
And
Yep.
then we have, so the whole line of wedges, except the one that is the honey oregano that comes in a wheel. And then the classic, they also come in a wheel.
Yep.
So, and also the wedges, all the wedges are fixed weight. And then these one are come in half. So when you open
So
the
those
case,
are like
well,
3.3 pounds,
Yeah.
and then the full wheels are
6
6.6.
pounds.
Yeah.
So when you open a case of the black garlic, the
He's going to be
jalapeno,
2 per case, and then the wheels actually also are 2 per case.
yes, but yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is going to be 2 halves in one case. So that's what you receive. You open the case and you're going to have 2 halves. So that's 6 pounds altogether.
Someone says, I bet pretty much all of these would whip butt with some tinned fish.
I think these would, let's see, let me think about this. Yes, these would all whip butt with some tin fish. I think that that's an accurate statement. I support that. And please invite me over and I'll come and enjoy it with you.
So we've been told jalapeno, black garlic are the winners. Honey oregano for someone else. Diablo, 8 months. Another jalapeno.
Nice.
Most cheese flavored with peppers hit the sweet and spicy, but the true jalapeno flavor really comes through in the woolly woolly.
Awesome.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because it is that mix. You know, sometimes you're able to highlight the flavor by mixing in those other ingredients. So again, there's horseradish and mustard, and they really perfected it. And I love a jalapeno just by itself, and I think this really highlights that flavor. I agree.
Yeah, and I said before, unique, exotic, different. You
Yeah.
know, that's something like different.
Is the cheese available non-flavored?
Yes. So we have the 3 months that is no flavored and the 8 months. So these ones, the classic, we call them classic, have no flavor. So that would be a similar as you get as a young manchego. So that would be, this one would be the youngest, like 3 months. And this one would be the 8 months. So this is more age, and those are not flavors. And they come in wedges, fixed weight, and also in wheels.
We have people excited for the order to arrive next week. Looking forward to selling.
Yes.
the items.
Yes.
Order has to be in by October 31st for the 25% discount, even if the delivery might be after that date.
If you order before the October, even though you get the delivery after, you're gonna get the discount.
Yeah. I mean, if you order today, then you'll be fine.
Exactly.
I really appreciate how the jalapeno one, with the jalapeno one, how it really captures the green flavor without the heat. Makes it super approachable.
Yes, good feedback.
Fun to rotate through the flavors.
Yes, you have a lot of options. You have a whole line. You can like get different because we all familiar with manchego, so this one is gonna be different. So I think
Yeah.
we're excited about this line, and share recipes. Let us know what you think. This is gonna be, as I said before, good value, really good pricing, and with the 10% or the 25% that it's in October, you're gonna get really good cheese. So
Yeah.
ready for the holidays, get your cheese, get your tapas. I'm a big fan of tapas. So have your spicy tapas, have the ones with the jamon serrano, with the ibéricos, marconas, have a fiesta, enjoy. And
Yeah.
let us know if you have any more questions.
Yeah. Anything else hanging out, Bella? Anything else we want to address?
No,
Okay.
people are saying thank you, and they
Yeah.
can't wait for the next webinar.
Well, great. So
We'll
yeah,
do more.
so again, reminder, the 25% goes to the end of October, 10% to the end of the year after that. And only on that first order for that 25%, but hey, make it a big order, why not?
Yes.
And yeah, keep an eye out. We will be, watch this space, as they say, for the next webinar. This is something that we really want to make part of the launch of every product line that we do here at Forever Cheese. So, you might get to see me and Raquel on here again, or whoever else wants to join. Maybe by the end of this, it'll be a big party. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining today. It was,
Yeah, check our YouTube. We have a YouTube. Now you can.
Raquel and I are on there.
Yeah, and we have our colleagues there. We have Chelsea, Allison. The whole team is there. We're excited for this project. It's going to be a lot of education, trainings. We can share our new products with you. So this is going to be a great opportunity to share. And I think we're very excited that you joined. So
yeah, thank you guys for coming. And without further ado, have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. Bye.